Hey, welcome back to Live Again for You. I am Deirdre Burnette, and I wanted to jump on and talk about a topic that is very, 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 very timely and important. And the topic is, and I jotted down a couple of notes, the topic is process it right so you can cope properly. The topic is processing information right or correctly so you can cope properly. You know, ladies, we are made to be resilient. We are made to bounce back. We are made to push forward. We are made to cope. We are made to stand firm. We are made to pull down anything that opposes our right standing. So it is very imperative that we process information properly so that we can cope properly. Now, I think that a lot of the woes that continue to haunt women, HAUNT, yeah, that continue to I'll say to follow you, is because you didn't take the time to process the information properly. You did not take the time to process the information properly. So either you experienced something and you had a wrong idea about it, or you had some kind of like erroneous thinking about it, or you just chose not to deal with it at all. You know, so therefore, because you chose to process what was going on, you chose to process the information improperly or not even processing it at all. Therefore, you continue to walk day after day, week after week, month after month, and even perhaps year after year with that same, for lack of a better word, monkey on your back. Okay, so whenever we process information correctly, then we can like go ahead and let that information like just go ahead and glide on through our head. Okay, we can allow it to just glide on through, because we are not in control of anything, of stopping, like stopping a lot of things from like confronting us. But we are supposed to be a manager over how we process the information, how we process and let it just glide on through, and glide on out. You know what I mean? And then it becomes like a learning experience, and it becomes like an experience that you can even tell somebody else and help somebody else to make it through that same situation. So, ladies, it is very, very, very important that we process the information properly, or even process it at all, because a lot of times we just freeze. A lot of times we just freeze the emotions because we don't know how to deal with it. Or sometimes we might know kind of how to deal with it, but we don't want to deal with the process. So, yeah, I just wanted to jump on and just admonish you to deal with the situations properly so it can process and so it can move on through. Because like I said a little earlier, we are resilient. We are resilient. We are supposed to be able to bounce back. We are not supposed to be pushed down and then more and more down and then more and more down until we find ourselves so low that we can't even function. We find ourselves so low sometimes that we just get in that hopeless state. We are not made to do that. That is not our default. We are not made to do that. So yeah, let's get it together. Let's work on processing information properly. Let's work on like not running and being scared, or not just like pushing it to the side because you don't want to deal with it. No, go to your secret place. Go to your secret place and deal with it. Even if it's something that you need to like revisit because you have like kept it so suppressed all of these years, then revisit it. Let it come back up so you can deal with it properly, so you can push it on out. So you can deal with it properly and push it on out. Because guess what? Guess what? I look at the news sometimes and I look at the propaganda that's coming across, the media, and it's not going to get better. This world is not going back to how you once knew it. And a lot of people, I think, don't want to like visit this conversation, but this world as we knew it in 2019, before COVID started, it's not going back to that. It's not going back to that. You may have glimpses of, what we may have once knew. You may have glimpses, but it's nowhere and no how going to go back to what you once knew. So if you are like suffering from mental anguishes, if you are like suffering from depressions, if you are like suffering, you need to like you need to visit that situation and try your best to rise above. You're going to have to like come up. You're going to have to like come up, because if you cannot get yourself together and come up, then the future things to come or whatever are going to be even harder for you. They're going to be even harder. So you're going to have to come up. You're going to have to put your big girl panties on and you're going to have to face the battle. You're going to have to face the battle, because it's worse things to come. It's worse things to come. It is worse things to come. And the scriptures speak of days like this. The scriptures teach us, and the scriptures teach and warn of these, and has warned, of this time. So it's nothing strange. It's nothing that the Lord Jehovah Elohim didn't know was going to come upon us. This didn't take him by surprise. So we are not doomed. It's not a doom or gloom, but it is, however, getting ready to be a thing where the champions are going to be separated from the chumps. The false are going to be separated from the real. Okay? We are embarking upon a time whenever the true sheep, the true children of Jehovah Elohim are going to suffer persecution. You're going to suffer persecution because of what you're standing upon. In these times, the propaganda and the media and even your neighbors, across the globe, they are getting ready to become enemies of those that are standing for righteousness' sake, because the way that this stuff is going, the way that this world is starting to turn, and the way that everything is starting to manifest, you can see it. You can see the media already bullying those who are not choosing to like follow suit with their agenda. And I'm not just talking about COVID shots. I'm not just talking about the vaccines. Yeah, that is an issue. That is a very strong issue, showing how they are like starting to like bully those who have free choice, they're trying to bully them to get into compliance. So the time is at hand. The time is at hand. And it's really, really, really imperative that you stop being distracted. Stop being distracted by all of the vanity. Stop being distracted. stop being distracted. I mean, yeah, I mean, you can look good, but all of this makeup, all of this, the eyelashes and all of the hair, all of this, that's distractions. You better start focusing on what you really need to be focusing on. Because guess what? Guess what? If they like shut a lot of stuff down, your hair, your makeup, your eyelashes and all of that ain't gonna matter at all. You know how it was in 2020. You know how it was whenever you couldn't even go to a salon, you couldn't get your little nails done. And I'm not condemning it, because I get my nails done. But it's time to focus on the things that really matter. It's time to focus, and you got to process what's going on properly. You got to process it properly. Use your head. Do not allow any person, place, or thing to manipulate you and con you into doing things that you don't want to do. Okay? Because the time is at hand. The time is at hand whenever you're going to have to stand. Now I'm talking to everybody on standing, but this right here is talking to the children of Jehovah Elohim. Those of you who are standing for righteousness' sake. You're standing on that right standing. It's time to keep standing. It's time to keep standing. Because I see it, this world is shifting. It's shifting. It's shifting. And you're gonna have to like look deeper than what's being like put in your face. You're gonna have to hear deeper than what's being put in your ear. Because it's gonna come a time when it's gonna be even worse than this. It's going to come a time when it's going to be even worse than this. And if you can't take this, you're not going to be able to take what's to come. Okay, so stop being distracted. Stop being distracted by the propaganda. Stop being distracted by all the YouTube and the entertainment clips and stuff that they're putting out there to keep you distracted. So you won't see what's going on until it's right here. Boom. And then you can't do nothing. You can't do nothing. So focus. Really focus. And put your sights on what's really going on. Put your sights on what's really going on. Because it's on. Okay, y'all? It's on. It's on. Life as we knew it will never be the same. It'll never be the same. It'll never be the same. And the way that we are being forced, like trying to be forced to comply and like become part of this big bubble. Nah, you better like focus, and you better really think about what's going on. Think about what's going on and why it's going on. Okay? So yeah, just process the information correctly. Process the information correctly so that you can cope properly. Okay? Just process it so you can cope properly. Okay? That's all I'm saying in this clip right here. There's so much more I can say, but I'm just not saying it right now. I'm not saying it right now, but it's so much more that I can say. All right. So yeah, just remember, you were made to be resilient. So no matter what comes, no matter what goes, you can stand. You can stand, but you just have to make sure that you're standing on the solid rock and listening to the instructives and the guidance and the wisdom coming from that rock. Okay, the rock is Christ Jesus. You're going to have to make sure that you are listening to the proper source. All right. And, all of the false gods, all of the people who say, I don't believe in God, I trust in my own self, y'all, you might want to like revisit all of that. Revisit your beliefs and just revisit it. revisit and go to the source from where you got the information from, and just see, just revisit it again and just see if that's what you still want to believe. Just see if that's what you still want to believe, okay? All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and cut this short, and I'll probably do a part 2 to this and give a little bit more information. But right now, I just want to say focus, focus, focus. Turn your attention back to the help. Turn your attention back to your help, okay? Because it's not going to be how it used to be, y'all. It'll never be how it used to be. All right, well, that's all I'm going to say about this, and I hope everybody's doing well, and focus, 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 focus. All right, thank you for listening, and thank you for watching.